Welcome to Sibling Chat. I am your host, Racquel John. All right. So I put out a little questionnaire on my IG story, and you guys responded. I asked for you guys to send us topics of what we should talk about. And thank you for sending in those. Not everybody made the cut because I just wanted to make this like a short video, but we'll go ahead and roll them out. So the first thing someone wants us to talk about is the importance of being patient. So who wants to talk about that?
Patience is important because during that time of you waiting for something or you trying to make something happen, and you have to be patient regardless, because it ain't going to just happen out of nowhere. It ain't going to happen just when you snap your finger. It's going to teach you a lot of things. It's going to teach you a lot about yourself. It's going to teach you to, depending on the situation, like during my time of patience and having to wait for certain things, it taught me to eliminate as much as I could with my pride and ego. Depending on the situation, it teach you to remain humble in situations. So patience is a great life lesson for you to just learn about yourself, to learn about life, and to really step back and to let things happen instead of trying to always make things happen, because you can't make nothing happen. Everything is all about timing. Everything is all about God's timing. So
100%. I agree with everything he just said. That's right on the money.
Yeah, patience is just a way of life. It's just something that you're going to have to adjust to and accept. The next one. Well, there's a couple of things that this person put, but we can cover all of them. Manifestation, being positive, being productive, self-love, and confidence. I'll start with that one. For me, I believe that manifestation is prayer, faith, and work. It's not something that is just a mental thing and it stays there and that you're willing this to fruition. You have to put in the work, but also it has to be on the proper timing of what God wants for your life in that particular moment. So you have to be patient within that and just know that if you want something, it's a choice, and then you have to put in the work for it. And being positive is a choice.
Mm-hmm. It really is. No matter what like life throws at you or what, really it's like God will put us through hard times to build us up for the next chapter. So in our life. So it's like we have to remain positive and keep focusing on God, because it's like, man, this is happening to me so much and I feel this and I feel that. If you're living in that mindset, then all you're just producing is negative energy. You got to keep focusing on God and be like, you know what, God, I know this for a reason. Just prepare me, build me up for the blessing that you have for me, and help me with my process. Because, it may be harder than for others. So it's like, you have to be like, God, this is hard for me. I feel this way when this happens, or just whatever it may be. But it's like, God is your counselor. You have to constantly talk to God about how you're feeling or what makes you feel this way when you're going through something. Because at the end of the day, God is in control of every single thing you could think of. So it's like God will just put us through certain things to build us up. Jesus had to go through a lot to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he had to go through a whole bunch of different stuff, works and all this great things. So it's just like, you got to go through some stuff to get to where you got to go. You just got to be positive while you're going through it.
it's just, I feel like in 2020, with everything going on in the world, it's hard for a lot of people to remain positive, because the depression rate is super high. And even though being positive is a mindset and it's a choice, it's still hard.
Mm-hmm.
God didn't say it was gonna be easy.
It takes work.
Yeah.
You got to work at anything that you want in life, including being productive. There's going to be a lot of unmotivating times in your life where you just don't want to do anything. You just feel like giving up, but you have to fight for what you want, and you have to find that drive. Like, create your purpose. Find the purpose within why you're doing what you're doing. That's the only way to continue to do what you're doing. That's the only way to find the inspiration, the motivation, is finding the purpose within it and for your life. Check out Purposely You, by the way. And just be, stay in tune with that. Okay, self-love and confidence. How did you develop self-love and confidence?
There's different types of self-love. There's physical self-love and there's mental and spiritual self-love. For the physical aspect, working out, keeping your hygiene on point, just taking care of your physical body. Yeah. And as far as self-love from a mental and spiritual standpoint, just like we've been saying, just prayer, learning more about God, learning more about, the standard living of life that we were given as far as the Bible is concerned, and just implementing those things into your life.
Facts.
Definitely.
Ivan?
Well, for me, like, martial arts helped me tremendously my confidence. Like, I used to be bullied, so, I used to get called weak, stupid, ugly, the whole 9 yards. But, I just, I used it for fuel, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to work hard and at first it was a mindset of trying to prove people wrong, and that's not good. Because it has to be for self. If you really want that to be like for like longevity, like you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna prove this person wrong because he or she said this. It's like, no, I'm doing this for myself to make myself happy. You know what I'm saying? And like I just constantly worked out, trained, and just did what I wanted to do. And it was a good form of release as well. So confidence can come in many different ways, but for me, it was martial arts and fitness. Spiritually, I just kept growing within myself, reading the Bible and being alone and just spending time with myself, and that helped me grow, and that increased my knowledge and just gave me that confidence of like, okay, like I'm growing to who God wants me to be, and not just going through the motion of life. So
For me, I feel like self-love is power. The reason being is that when you create the self-love for yourself and you validate yourself, you no longer give people the power to manipulate how you feel about self. And that within itself of gaining that power back is a process, and it takes time of being, spending it with yourself, to understand yourself, to love yourself, to forgive yourself, to explore things with you that you can't do with somebody else. Someone else can't fuel that love for you the way that you can fuel it for yourself. And this is the time for you to develop your relationship with God, to really understand your purpose of what you're supposed to do. That's part of self-love. And self-love, it leads to being confident. Just like Ivan, I was bullied right up until high school. So I had no choice. I was kind of forced into spending time to myself, which made me have to place value on how I saw me and to remove the value of seeing myself through someone else's eyes. So that's what my process was like. And sometimes I still have to work on that. You're always going to be growing and working. You never are going to get to that complete stage of where you're just this perfect being. No one's perfect. So you have to just know that self and working on just being a human being takes work, and it's always going to be work no matter what. But self-love will lead you into your confidence. You just got to grant yourself that time. Disappointments and or disagreements. So I guess, how would you handle those things, disappointments and disagreements? Like how does Isaiah handle that?
Knowing that they're gonna happen and just not expecting everything to go right all the time. Like literally have no expectation, just be open to it going good and be open to it going bad. I mean, just not having expectation. That's how I deal with disappointment or disagreements, because not everybody's going to see your perspective. Not everybody's going to agree with everything you're doing. Not everybody going to disappoint some people. People going to disappoint you. Mm-hmm. So just knowing that it's going to happen helps ease your mind. Like, okay, not everything's going to always be 100% okay.
Right. And just like with the whole like disappointment thing, like you can only put so much. You can't put any faith in man. So it's like if I'm like, okay, I'm counting on you to do this. It's like humans, we're flawed. So it's like you can only just put so much trust into a human. And it's like, if it doesn't fall through, then it doesn't fall through. But again, it's like if you're expecting something and it's like God can say no, like just wait a little bit. It's like you have to constantly be hearing God and know like what God wants you to do or what God wants for you, because you're like, oh yeah, I want that, I'm gonna get that, and God could be like, no. And you have to be okay with that. You're like, okay, you know what, God, I trust you. I trust whatever you're doing in my life, just have full control of my life, because what we want and what God wants can be two different things sometimes, and we have to be on the same page. Like, and it's God on God, as we have to be on the same page with God in terms of like what we want and what we're looking for in the future. So
I feel like disagreements and disappointments, for me, I handle them differently now that I'm older. I feel like you're always going to handle them differently, like along your journey. As the older you get, everything shifts and you adjust and readjust. For me, at this present time of where I am in my life, I feel like as long as I hold myself accountable for anything that I may have done within the situation of disagreements or disappointments, and helps me get through it. Like, I'm like, I take ownership of that. Yeah, you know what, you're right, I was wrong in that situation. Or if I disappoint somebody, I'm like, well, maybe it depends on what the situation is, but knowing that, like Isaiah said, and Ivan said, it's always going to be that possibility of doing that. But for me, it's always making sure that I hold myself accountable for the things that I have done in a situation. The last little topic here that someone wants to know, or question, shall I say, music taste, preferences, and opinions, especially hip hop and R&B. So what is y'all's music taste?
I went through a lot of different music types when I was younger. I listened to a lot of rock music. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
I was heavy into rock. Not country, slight country. As I got older, I mean, I was always into hip hop, you know. So I was into hip hop, rock, R&B.
The sun is really hitting really harsh on my side. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not redoing this video. Okay.
And yeah, some old school R&B. So yeah.
Ivan.
Well, let me get more descriptive because you just named the genres. Okay, I like R&B like Surface, Keith Sweat, A-Town Boys. You know what I'm saying? I like Whitney Houston. I like a lot of West Coast rap too. I like what I'm saying? Like NWA, like all them, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, like that's my vibe. But I love like chill music too, because it helps me stay calm, because I can be very tense sometimes. So like, you know what I'm saying? I like a lot of new like R&B stuff as well, like upcoming artists that I always find on Apple Music. That'd be dope. But yeah, if you know me, you know I have a very wide range of music that I listen to. Yeah. So
I like orchestrated music. I listen to that stuff when I paint. It's very soothing, okay? And honestly, it makes me appreciate just being able to hear. I like pop. I like chill vibe music.
You like soundtracks to movies?
Oh, yes. I love musicals.
This is true. But honestly, there's the soundtrack for Black Widow, like the trailer. It sounds pretty dope.
No, it's good.
It sounds pretty cool.
She's specifically like musical soundtrack.
Oh, you talking about musical? Oh,
yeah.
Like Rent.
Don't get her started on Rent. But yeah.
So yeah, that's the stuff that I like. But thank you guys for sending in all the topics for us to talk about. If you want more videos like this, please, all you have to do is comment below what else you want us to talk about. And of course, like, share, subscribe, all that good
How do you
jazz.
subscribe on Instagram?
First of all, because I'm putting on YouTube too.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So comment, like, subscribe, share. Any way you can just do it.
Follow us.
All right.
What's your Instagram?
Isaiah K. John.
Racquel B. John.
Ivan K. John. That's it. No underscore.
Why
no.
y'all copy me? Because I started that whole Isaiah K. John thing. Man.
Well, we've been doing
First of all, I'm
older,
older, so therefore anything that has been done by me. I set the foundation.
Listen,
No,
and they follow.
That's just what it is.
And they follow.
I'm the youngest.
They follow.
Who started acting first?
They follow.
That's what I thought.
Who
They
started
follow.
martial arts first?
Nobody care about martial
I can
arts.
whip all y'all.
Okay, guys, so thank you for tuning in once again. Welcome into this has been Sibling Chat.
Yeah, welcome at the end of the video, sure.